Hey guys, today I am not here with my red-eyed Campbell's dwarf hamster Sulphur because when I filmed this video with him last night, he decided to use me as a ski slope to try and qualify for the next Olympics. Around red-eyed animals. Whoa! However, he is of course still relevant to this video because today we're discussing myths about red-eyed hamsters. There are many myths that surround red-eyed animals in general, and unfortunately, these have contributed to why they've become very unpopular pets. Hopefully, this video will help to dispel, debunk, and clear up some of those myths, and maybe make some of you more open to getting red-eyed hamsters in the future, or any kind of red-eyed pet. In total, there are 5 species of domesticated hamster, 2 of which commonly come in red-eyed varieties. Both Syrian hamsters and Campbell's dwarf hamsters can have red eyes. Winter white dwarf hamsters and Chinese hamsters, on the other hand, do not have a red-eyed variety. Roborovsky dwarf hamsters do have a single red-eyed variety, which is called cinnamon. This variety first appeared in the Czech Republic around 2009, and since then is now in the hands of a few select breeders, mainly based in Europe. I am not sure if this variation has yet made it over to the United States or Canada, but even if it has, it's extremely rare, and as I say, it's only in the hands of select breeders. You are unlikely to see it anywhere else unless you have gone to one of these breeders specifically to get one. The interesting thing about this variety is while the pups are born with red eyes, they very quickly darken, and by the time they reach adulthood, their eyes appear to be black. So even if you did somehow have a cinnamon Roborovsky through other means, you probably wouldn't even notice that its eyes were different because they look black once they reach adulthood. Because of that, and because this variety is so rare, they're not being included in the conversation of this video, and most people don't include them. You'll hear a lot of people say that Roborovskys can't have red eyes, which at this point, kinda true, kinda not true, it's sort of in the middle. So for the sake of this video, we're just discussing Syrian hamsters and Campbell's dwarf hamsters. Myth number 1. Red eyes are caused by bad breeding or inbreeding. Of course, this is 100% not true. Red eyes are not caused by bad breeding or inbreeding. They are just a natural eye colour that occurs in hamsters from varying backgrounds. Many people aren't aware that hamsters actually have several different eye colour variations, including black, grey, brown, dark red, which is often called ruby, bright red, and sometimes the eyes can be so pale that they appear pink. Eye colour is determined purely by the genetics passed down from their parents, so if the parents are carrying the red-eye genes, there is a chance some of their pups are going to have red eyes. And the eyes themselves aren't actually red. The eyes are in fact lacking in pigment, making them clear and allowing light to shine through them much more easily and reflect back off the red blood vessels behind the eyes. So in fact what you're seeing is the blood in your hamster's eye sockets. Which, now I say that, is probably not helping the case of making them more likeable animals. But the eyes themselves are not red, they are in fact clear. Myth number 2. Red eyes are caused by a medical condition. As mentioned in the previous myth, red eyes are caused by the exact same means as any other eye colour, it's just the genetics passed down from the parents. There's absolutely no treatment for red eyes because of course there is nothing to treat, and you cannot medically change red eyes to black eyes or any other colour. Myth number 3. Red-eyed hamsters are evil and bite more. Eye colour has absolutely zero impact on personality. Their personalities are individual. Different red-eyed hamsters will have different personalities, the same as different black-eyed hamsters will have different personalities. To me, this myth is one of the silliest ones because it's perpetuated not by fact or things that happen in real life, but by fictional TV shows. In cartoons, sci-fi, and fantasy shows, you'll often see evil people and animals represented with red eyes, and this is the only time you'll ever see it in fiction. It doesn't exist in the real world. Eye colour has nothing to do with personality, and it's really strange to me that it is transferred from the fictional world into a belief in the real world. Myth number 4. Red-eyed hamsters are completely blind. Red-eyed hamsters have the exact same quality of sight as a hamster with any other eye colour. However, hamsters in general as a species do not have great eyesight. Being naturally crepuscular animals means they see a little bit better in lower light. However, for the most part, they use their sense of smell, hearing, and touch to navigate their surroundings. Myth number 5. Red-eyed hamsters have shorter lifespans. This myth seems to link back to the idea that red eyes are caused by bad genetics or a medical problem, which of course we have already dispelled, and no, red-eyed hamsters do not have a shorter lifespan than any other hamster with any other eye colour. The average lifespan of a domestic hamster is 1.5 to 2 years or 18 to 24 months, but as many of us know, hamsters can live slightly shorter lifespans than this, and sometimes they can even live significantly longer. Myth number 6, all red-eyed hamsters are albino. This myth is very, very common, and although it doesn't really affect the rate of them being adopted, I still think it's important for people to understand exactly what albinism is. Albinism is a genetic condition that results in complete lack of pigmentation in the hamster's fur, skin, eyes, and ears. The vast majority of red-eyed hamsters do have pigmentation, and albinism is incredibly rare, especially as Syrian hamsters do not have a true albino gene, which means you can't get an albino Syrian hamster. Syrian hamsters do, however, have a gene that masks their pigmentation, which makes them appear to be albino, but it is not a true albino gene, and so they are not albinos. Campbell's dwarf hamsters, on the other hand, do have an albino gene, but like I said, it's very, very rare, and the majority of them will not have it. The fur of a Campbell's dwarf hamster with albinism will be a very bright, very clean white colour with not a single fleck, not a single hair of colour anywhere on them. If the hamster has any kind of colour on them, whether it's a light colour, a dark colour, whether it's a single hair, whether it's a gentle tickling on the back, it is not an albino hamster. The skin of an albino hamster will also be completely clear of any markings. It will just be a flesh pink. It's not uncommon for a hamster to have cream, orange, grey or black markings on the skin itself, and sometimes, especially with the cream and orange, it can be very hard to spot, so that's something to look for to find out if your red-eyed white hamster is an albino. The ears of an albino hamster will be exactly the same. They will just be a fleshy pink colour. There will be absolutely no colouring, no shading, no markings on them whatsoever. And the final factor an albino Campbell's dwarf has to have is, of course, the red eyes, because there's no pigmentation in the eyes, and that is what causes them to look red. Without your Campbell's dwarf hamster having all 4 of the factors mentioned, it cannot be an albino and it cannot have the albino gene. Those are all of the myths I'm aware of existing around red-eyed hamsters. I really hope this video has helped to debunk them, explain them, and reassure you guys that they make fantastic pets. If any of you guys happen to have a red-eyed hamster, let us know a little bit about them and their personality down in the comment section below. Maybe reading those will also help to reassure people that they make fantastic pets. In the meantime though, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up. You can also share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye!